Hey guys, it's Cavil from Team Snack, and we're here with another Kobold Tribes replay. This is the first casted replay of the new patch where we have multiple teams. So this is actually a 3v3v3 in-house that I recorded, and actually that I was in. I was on Daedalus' team. We had Lonepanda, Arbiter, and I believe it was Lightbringer versus Daedalus, Cavil, hotshh, and the third team was Zorex, Battlemonk, and Isis. Aerith and Pox were spectating this match. So usually in multiple team battles, teams spawn very close to each other for some reason. People don't spawn at the normal spawn locations, in case any of you were wondering. People spawn at the really weird spawn locations that are kind of close to each other. So it's not unheard of for someone to die halfway into day one because they got killed by the other team with dull pickaxes. So it's really worth your while to get low-tech rush gear. You always get gear like you're gonna rush. That's why you can see Arbiter here making I presume a stick. Also Lonepanda probably making a stick or a basic gear. It's really worth it to get rush gear and of course night one spells, because you never can tell when you're gonna run into your opponent, perhaps even on the first day. Actually looks like, yep, it does look like Panda had made a stick here. You can see Daedalus has got a tent and a tavern up already. If you look at the structures tab, Daedalus is the only one on the map to actually get a tavern so far. So you can see myself over here mining something and looking in a random direction. Pretty interesting. You can have Arbiter here going all over the map, chopping down his trees. He's going for the forestry. He's definitely going for a rushy build. He's just chopping down as many trees as he can before night one, so you can sell some of them, craft some of them into gear, make a post perhaps, make tents, which is a good thing to do, by the way. If you have just an extra lumber and leather or a lumber and a wool lying around, he's usually not one to make a post, but it's not a bad thing to actually make tents. And you can see Lonepanda here discovering the other base. I believe it's Battlemonk's base here for a second, but it's not a bad thing to just make tents for EXP. If anytime you see just animals like pheasants that you just happen to run across, or wolves or sheep, or even just a chance to just build a tent randomly, anything you can do to, like, even just planting your tree off cooldown, anything you can do to increase the experience that you're getting is definitely something you want to do. So you can see Daedalus and myself here are both crafting, I presume, guns at this point, because I remember this match is a match where we try to gun rush, and we'll see how that turns out later. And hotshh here killing a lot of wolves for leather. You'd think he's making wolfsbane, but actually I think he's just making trying to get wolves to get some extra leather to sell for money to buy spells or what have you. You can see me, hotshh, and Daedalus on the upgrades tab here are the only ones with the siphon spell so far. So far, everyone else in the game only has the default spells. You can see Daedalus here pinging on the map of where we're going to go when we try to rush, which is a sort of sweep around the south and then going to the top. See me here with the gun, wool coat, and the torch. Daedalus almost getting eaten alive while crafting there because he doused the fire, or I doused the fire early. And you can see hotshh here crafting a gun. Daedalus also crafting a gun, I presume. Meanwhile, we have Zorex crafting stick and lantern, always a solid build. And we can see Battlemonk's already got a pet, which is quite good. Now, I don't know whether they have built a turret here for defensive purposes. It's kind of unusual to base at 3 rocks, which is what this location is called. And it's kind of unusual to base at 3 rocks in a multi-team game, which I call candle mode, because this is the type of multi-team games and free-for-alls you get a candle. So I call those games that aren't standard games that we play candle mode games, because we have candles in them. Take a look at the upgrades tab. Nobody got spells night 1, which is maybe a bit of a mistake in multiplayer. I don't want to make it seem like I'm super pro for just getting a spell, but you definitely want to try to get something as much as you can by night 1. You can see Arbiter here doing a little gun harassment, killing the post. It's just quite amusing, of course, because they really can't do anything to chase him. He's just trying to bait them back to his teammates, I assume, or maybe just harass a little and kill their post if he can, which would really cripple their eco. See, Arbiter here actually doesn't have any food, and that's why he's retreating, while Zorex, actually technically Zorex doesn't have any food either, but Arbiter does not know that. You can see me, hotshh, and Daedalus are working our way around the south of the map, trying to see if they're there. But it turns out that they're not there, so we're going to be... Usually when you do a rush, we go straight to this part that Daedalus is pinging now, but actually in this match we went around to the south because we don't really know where they spawn in the multiplayer spawn games. There's... I'm sure after a time everyone will get used to where people spawn in the multi-team spawn games, but for now we don't really know where they spawn, or at this point we didn't really know where they spawned. You can see Daedalus is here quite ahead of the rest of us, and he's actually running straight into their base. He makes his own fire there, and he's harassing with some gun siphon. Oh, but they have Cloak, which is a danger of waiting till night 2. You know, by night 2, people are definitely going to have spells. If you look at the upgrade tab, some other teams do have Cloak and Affliction. However, two people with Siphon here, 2 gun siphoners, or 3, as I'm also there, is more than enough to drive them off. You can see them getting hit by a turret a little bit there, slowing them down. Daedalus trying to deny the cooking of Isis there, but he does not manage to do that. If you notice, Isis managed to get that cooking off at the last minute. But here we go. Isis only hit with 72 stam and Daedalus with 43. So actually, Daedalus and hotshh are going to be outstanded by this team here. You can see I'm trying to go around, circle around to the right, but Arbiter throws out the Affliction to me. I didn't see Lonepanda and Arbiter coming from that direction. Looks like I only have 14 stam here, 0 hunger, 1 berry fez. Looks like Daedalus and hotshh and Zorex. Hotshh is getting a little bit of trouble from Battlemonk and Zorex there. They also have gun siphon. Daedalus night ending not quickly enough for Daedalus here. You can see me getting killed, lack of stam. Daedalus picking up the stuff, tries to pick up my candle, tries to pick up the gold. Daedalus barely escaping there with his warmth so low. Meanwhile, Arbiter, Panda, Zorex getting into a battle over here. You can see everyone here is at extremely low health. Panda barely managing to run off to the side. Arbiter landing a killing blow on Zorex here. See, everyone is at extremely low health. Lightbringer almost dying there by stepping on a spike. Lightbringer and Panda are at extremely low health. Arbiter is just carrying the shit out of this right now. But Lightbringer managing to eat something, go down, and try to chase down Isis here. Yeah, Lightbringer barely is going to be able to catch him. Isis is out of stam, and Lightbringer still outstams him by a great deal. So that looks like that's going to be the end of Raven Tribe here. Raven Tribe. You can see Daedalus here and hotshh managing to actually cut off Lightbringer and kill him with siphons before he managed to escape to the top, picking up his candle. So Daedalus has about 2 or 3 candles now, if I'm not mistaken. He has 3 candles. He does see Arbiter there at the arena quest, and he knows that they're up there, so they're going to just be coming in as this team has used up all their food and energy on fighting Battlemonk. You can see now Daedalus steps on a spike, but he just still does have Siphon. Arbiter trying to throw out the Afflict on Daedalus and try to get him low stam, but he puts down a tent to try to regain some of that stam. Looks like the Siphon hits are actually doing quite a bit of damage to Arbiter here, although Arbiter outstams him. He has 90 stam, but he's not going to give a chance to use up that stam, as he's going to get killed before that happens. You can see them landing the final hit on Arbiter there, and Panda, if you can see in the corner, dying of hunger actually. Siphon took away all of his hunger, and he didn't have any more food, so that was quite an exciting match there. Daedalus and hotshh just carrying that thing, or I should say doing some clever strategy of running away, letting the other 2 teams fight each other, and coming back around. No thanks to Cavil. Cavil, that noob. But that was an exciting in-house. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.